people claimed to see Jesus. The earliest historical evidence we have of this, older even than the Gospels, is recorded in 1 Corinthians 15, in which St. Paul says, "For I've delivered to you as of first importance what I also received, that Christ died for our sins in accordance with the Scriptures, that he was buried, that he was raised on the third day in accordance with the Scriptures, and that he appeared to Cephas, then to the 12. Then he appeared to more than 500 brethren at one time, most of whom are still alive, though some have fallen asleep. Then he appeared to James, then to all the apostles. Last of all, as to one untimely born, he appeared also to me." St. Paul is describing what he was taught when he became a Christian a few years after Easter. And while Paul is clearly adding his own commentary on this creed, pointing out that most of the 500 are still alive, and adding Jesus' resurrection appearance to Paul himself, even radical skeptics have to admit that the core of this creed goes all the way back. We have a lot of people independently claiming that they've personally seen the resurrected Christ. All of the 12, but many, many more people as well. And significantly, the stories about what people recount quite detailed. We have eyewitness accounts of people not only speaking with Jesus, but doing things like, in St. Matthew's Gospel, people touching Christ and worshiping him. St. Luke tells how people walked the 7-mile journey to Emmaus with Jesus, only to invite him into their home where he revealed himself to them and then disappeared. In order to prove that he's not a ghost, Jesus even says to the apostles later in Luke's Gospel, "See my hands and my feet, that it is I myself. Handle me and see. For a spirit has not flesh and bones as you see that I have." St. John described Jesus appearing in a locked room where he breathed upon the apostles and then a week later invited Thomas to touch his hands inside. In other words, these aren't just cases where believers said, "I saw a man standing afar off and I think it might have been Jesus." And significantly, these are encounters with Christ that involve sight, sound, touch, and even taste.